Okay, I think we're live. So,
You sure?
yeah, we're live. So we'll rename everything and put all the links in the description and everything. So, you had something that you probably wanted to speak on, or it was a few topics.
We were talking about Dr. Dre and his daughter's situation and why we might think he left her homeless sleeping in the car.
Okay, that was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And or however long, a few years ago. I did see a few people saying that he did help her out, but I don't know. What's your thoughts on it?
I think he helped her as far as being a rich kid. He helped her as a rich kid. As a rich dad to a rich kid, he helped her.
Okay.
When you're born with a silver spoon, allegedly you don't know what it's like to struggle. So that helps her in a way as far as there's more to life than not only money but just morals and lessons and other stuff that needs to be learned becoming an adult and living in life.
Right. So, do you think he could have did more for her, or do you think he did enough?
What do you mean?
Like, he has a lot of money. He's rich. He's famous. People know who her father is. Do you think he could have did more for her? I don't know, financially, or?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what type of person she is. I'm just going based off of like her situation. Like we know she was born into I don't know her mom, but I know she was born with a rich dad. And I know her situation now, or 2 weeks ago. That's all I know, and that's all I can speak off of.
Okay, hold on. Let me just get the technical stuff right.
Being a rich,
Okay. So yeah, the details on that situation is definitely unclear. All we can do is speculate. But what it sounds like is, like he did what he could for her, and at some point she had to learn to pick up the pieces on her own, I guess.
yeah. Because, allegedly she was given, money pretty much was already given to her. It's the other parts of life that, she might be missing that Dr. Dre is trying to teach her that she didn't get growing up. But I don't know. What do you think?
This chair is very squeaky. But I mean, there's certain lessons that money is not going to teach you that you got to learn in life. I do think that if you are rich, you definitely got the upper hand in a lot more ways than maybe someone who's poor. But you can be rich and still struggle.
Yeah, and as a rich, she's struggling as a rich kid. Their struggles is different than people who don't grow up with money. It's not just about money. It's what a rich kid is lacking in life versus what a poor kid is lacking.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's different,
She just happens to be struggling as a rich kid. It's still struggling, but it's different.
Yeah. Like how many melanated women who are like, I don't want to say they don't have to just be have it you got all types of races of people who have rich kids. I mean, as far as like melanated nepo babies, you don't really see them, or that's what they call them, right? Nepo babies, people who have money, were born into money. Like how many black rich kids is out there? It's not a lot.
No, it's not. There's not a lot of rich kids in general. More so black rich kids.
Well, I don't want to say they're not rich, but like it's their parents. That's why they're rich. Their parents are rich and
yeah,
they inherited that wealth.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at some of the kids today. You got Will Smith. His kids are born into wealth. Ye's kids. All the rappers who was out there from before. They're born into wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Children born from rappers and celebrities back then, they had wealth. Basketball players.
Yeah.
What's her name? Zaya Wade. That's Dwayne Wade's daughter. Where is she at?
Blue Ivy.
Yeah, Blue Ivy. Oh yeah, Zaya Wade. That's Dwayne Wade's and Gabrielle Union's daughter.
Oh, I didn't know they had a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was born into wealth.
Yeah.
But she's also transgender.
That's not a female?
Zaya Wade was born. Zaya Wade is, from my understanding, is transgender.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
So it's not really.
Wow, that's crazy.
But there you go, dark skinned woman has money, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So Dr. Dre could have did more for his daughter. I mean, supposedly he's been helping her out since she was 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since she was
up until she was 30.
Up until she was 30.
And then maybe he was like, you got to start doing things on your own, maybe, or
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he helped her up until that time, up until that age. I mean, shoot. Me growing up as a not, grew up, had to learn things not on my own. I was taught like morals and stuff, but I didn't grow up rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get like it's kind of hard to explain. I didn't get the stuff that maybe she got growing up. I had to basically it's different when you're poor. So like her struggle in her case is good because she was born with a silver spoon. Mm-hmm. Whereas someone who's less fortunate, it is not is good still, but they don't choose that lifestyle, we're constantly trying to climb up out of situation after situation,
Mm-hmm.
And for some people it seems like they never get a break, but I don't know. There's a point in life when it's like it can get bad. Suffering is good, but I just feel like at some point it becomes bad, especially if you're not born as fortunate.
Mm-hmm. So it was her oldest daughter, Latanya Young.
Mm-hmm.
I think she made a movie called Daddy's Shadow.
Okay.
And I think her stage name was Minaj or something like that.
Oh. Okay.
But it's on YouTube. Just want to say, somebody else made a video, said she needs to stop blaming her parents for her situation and grow up. I don't know. Think about that. She's blaming her parents for her situation.
I mean, it's like some people say, like, they go through a little bit and they complain, not realizing that there's people that goes through 10 times worse and still can keep their head up. But that just proves what I'm saying, right? As a rich kid, suffering would be a good thing, especially. And I do respect those who didn't come from much and worked their way up. Yeah.
I respect it too. It's like so many people have to struggle. They don't get that.
And that's the best. Those are the best people as far as, because yeah, they're successful now, but they know what it's like. They also understand what it's like to struggle. They've been there. They have wisdom. They have a lot more wisdom and stuff, more understanding, you know, versus somebody who was born into wealth and was given everything.
Yeah. So Dwayne Wade, his ex-wife was pronounce her name Savon Funches. That was his ex-wife.
Okay.
She is Zaya Wade's mother. Gabriel Union is his new wife. I don't think they have any children yet.
Oh. Okay.
So maybe that gives you a little bit more insight on that situation. But going back to what you were saying, like, I do think, yes, you they say when you become a parent, you gotta be in that child's life all the way up until the end. I mean, you don't have to be there financially after they become 18 or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, I was told your parents don't owe you anything. But them being there for you is a blessing. If they're a positive influence in your life, it's a blessing.
Yeah, it is. It is a blessing.
And I mean, I can only assume that Dr. Dre could only be a positive influence. I mean, a really wealthy person, famous, got fame. I mean, that shit don't matter. When it's your family, money and fame doesn't really matter, but it does play a part in how you deal with your family and stuff when money is involved.
Yeah. You're right.
So, yeah, we touched on that. You also was talking about Aaliyah, and she passed away. With Dame Dash, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I heard, like, allegedly he had something to do with her death, and I think that's why he hasn't been the same lately. But it's just my thought and theory. That probably really, really hurt him because they allegedly was dealing with each other before she did her last video.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear that she died, I mean, who wouldn't be, but I don't know. It's just kind of funny how it's taken him so long to recover from that, Like, you would think, because that was in 2001, you would think he would have gotten over it. Not gotten over it, but, like, felt better about it by now.
Yeah. There was claims that Jay-Z was bitter about Dame Dash dating her.
Yeah. I also heard that, like, Dame Dash was the one who was calling her to get on that plane, and she didn't want to. But that's what I heard. Whatever's happening in the dark, it will soon come to light, and things are coming to light. But
So yeah, you said you don't think you said you think the reason why he sounds the way he does is because of her passing.
Yeah, and you know how long it's taken him. He's been like it because it was said that he hasn't been the same since her passing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I think there's some guilt there.
Okay.
Some like um I don't know exactly what went on. I've heard a lot of stuff, but I definitely don't think it was just an overloaded plane. I I don't think it was just an I don't think it was just an overloaded plane. You know, I think something else was there.
Think it was something planned or
It's possible.
I
It's
don't know.
possible.
All you can do is make conspiracy theories or speculate. Honestly,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna know until they something comes up. If they're
Yeah.
a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. But yeah, I mean, like people go through tough situations, and you know, I think Aaliyah would have had a bright future if she was still alive today.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think she would be doing everything that Beyonce's doing. Basically, um like she could have had her own record label. Beyonce has her own record label.
Mm-hmm.
Parkwood Entertainment. I think Aaliyah would have. Um I think she would, she'd have multiple movies out because she did what she wanted to act. She would be a multi-millionaire. She would have almost. If she wouldn't have had $1 billion, she would be on her way there.
Was Diddy trying to do something with Aaliyah at all? Or?
I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think he would have, as long as R. Kelly was around. Because he's a gatekeeper too, Well, he was, yeah. I don't think he would have. He probably did try to. I don't even know if Diddy and Aaliyah met each other.
They did.
Okay, well, yeah. He might have tried something, but I think because of R. Kelly, he just wasn't able to get his chance with her.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. I think, look, we gotta remember we're talking about someone's daughter. And people gotta remember this is someone's daughter. Like, you can fight over her because you want to be, you see that she's gonna be successful. You wanna contribute to her success and stuff, or you want to be a part of that, but this is still a person, like people have to figure out their pathway in life and make the best of it. I mean, it probably was a hard choice for Aaliyah too, I don't think she had to necessarily pick between Dame Dash and Jay-Z, but she probably was thinking like that.
Oh.
Like who was gonna help her get to where she, wanted to be. She had to probably pick between those two men, So
Hmm. Between Diddy and
no, between Jay and Dane.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think either. I don't know. I don't think either of those men really wanted her.
You think they just saw her for her success and that was it?
No, it was more of a used thing. Like it was just like they saw her as a vulnerable young woman. They just wanted to use her, take advantage of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like they chill with her, but in my opinion, I don't think they actually liked her.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, we only speculate. We don't know the details.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of stuff is unclear.
Yeah, it's just like what do you think type
Yeah.
thing, like yeah.
But yeah, so we touched up on the lead thing, the Dre thing.
What do you think about the Dre situation?
Going back to the Dre situation. I mean, honestly, that one's kind of a tough one because one, he has other kids he has to take care of. Latanya is his oldest, I think. It's like I said, a lot of stuff is unclear. I mean, I would say if you do have a lot of money, should be easy to help that specific child get into like the same business that you're into, right? Like it's kind of like Benzino, right?
Oh yeah, who helped Coil Ray?
Right. That his success substantially helped her. I'm not saying she's propped up off of just him because she's actually pretty talented herself.
She is. She is.
But it helped. The talent with the connections always increases your chances of making it.
Oh yeah, big time, especially in the music business.
Right. But as far as his daughter, I mean, I don't know her level of talent as far as like music. I'm not saying she isn't talented. I'm just saying maybe he probably just didn't see the passion in her as far as with the music stuff or her trying to rap or sing or whatever she wanted to do. He probably just didn't see the drive. So, he's like, maybe you should. You don't have to say pick a different profession.
Or she probably just said she didn't want to do that. She has to do something else. Cause I understand, like just because your parents are doing one thing doesn't mean you have to. Like you're his daughter, but you're still. I'm sorry.
No,
like you're his daughter, but you're still a different person. You have a different purpose. So I understand if she rejected that and said, "I want to do something else, aside from music." Whether it's acting or health care, whatever the case may be,
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things you can choose to be in life. I mean, I think I think when you have parents who gain success in their career, typically children look towards that. So if they see you're very successful as a doctor, you'd be like, hey, that child may be like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna get into medicine too, or a lawyer, anything like that. You know, entertainment. Entertainment is kind of an easy one to be like, okay, my parents, they're actors or they're musicians, artists. Let me do that. You know, when it comes to like something else, like being a lawyer, doctor. I'm not saying it's hard to become one of those people, but in a lot of cases, it takes more, you know, studying and education and everything that comes with that. When it comes to like entertainment or artistry, it's like it's talent and more so connections. I mean, you can have the education there too, but it's really the talent and the connections that blow you up. You don't need to be talented to get a PhD. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's very true. It's really the education that matters in that case. But since we talking about the industry, I don't know. Like, some people are planted. And what I mean by that, like, I mean, like, some people, like, I heard that what they do is they look at the history of what people like, and they inject that into one artist. So everything that they like, that artist becomes that, you know? And then they start making, you know, they become famous off of just being that. The thing, you know, the trend.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, it does seem like a lot of people who you don't see the work that people do to get to where they're at. A lot of times they don't put that side of their life out. They just show you the success without the actual dedication. You know, going if you're going to school, or if you're an artist, you're going to the studio every day. You don't see that side of a person's journey. You just see the success side. So a lot of times it can appear as though people are just effortlessly making it, which is a false perspective. I mean, in some cases, yeah, some people are not really doing much to get to where they're at, but I think most people are actually...
Most people, yeah. A lot of people are actually, they doing something.
Especially if you don't got bread and you know you came up poor or whatever.
And you made it. Yeah. But you know what? I don't understand. Those be the same people that tell us poor people we gotta work hard. They know that's a bold-faced lie.
Right. So that kind of brings me to my next question. I think we may have touched on this in another video or another live radio session. What do you think about, like, some people maybe complaining that they're not getting enough money through their career? You know, they maybe they feel as though they're not being valued much.
Yeah, considering how much work they had to do. it doesn't measure up. The work that they had to do doesn't match with the paycheck. The paycheck doesn't match with how much work. I feel like that's a rich and poor people problem.
Okay.
Like, even if you get a 9-to-5 job, just regular person in society, just working, you just get, it feels like you're doing 3 times as much work as you get paid. And that doesn't feel good. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor or rich or middle class or whatever class you're in, you know. That's I feel like that's what all classes, like, nobody, I feel like it's just a people thing. Like, nobody wants to, people like to be rewarded for what they did. They don't like to be sold short. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand that, because it's like, it's like you messing with my respect at this point. You see what I'm saying? And so I understand.
Yeah, you put in the work, you get a fraction of what you put in. I know a lot of people say, like, in order you get what you put in, but it's just that doesn't add up.
It doesn't seem like that. Like it doesn't seem as though we get what we put in. Right. Because we get paid a lot less. Oh my gosh. Like,
well, I was more so talking about, like, people, we know that's going on, but, like, do you think that people should speak up on it? Because, for instance, we was talking about the other day, like, we was talking about Lauryn Hill. She didn't really, she was blackballed, right? From mainstream media. I can only imagine that hurting her career to a certain degree. I mean, being in the mainstream media ain't everything. So, but, you know, being blackballed is being blackballed. I mean, that's like, that could be the determining factor of whether you're rich or poor. But not saying Lauryn Hill's poor, I'm just saying more so we never really heard her speak up too much about not getting paid enough. You know, she's been blackballed for a minute.
Well, no, because that wasn't her problem at the time. The problem was she was on a contract. She didn't do what they told her to do. And so they blackballed her. And when you're on a contract, you have to do what they own you. When you sign to these record companies, they own you. If you don't do what they say, you're done. You're done. They'll find a way to screw up your career. Even if it means setting you up to be killed.
But, like, I mean, that's kind of more of an extreme. It happens. That's an extreme.
And it was really, it was really unfair to her. It was really unfair to her, considering, you know, it's just, it's things about a person, it's parts about a person that makes a person valuable. She might have not been in the best situations, but she is a valuable woman. And especially America hates women like Lauryn Hill.
I mean, I can understand why you would say that, but, like, maybe probably give some people like, for people who don't maybe understand, like, why would you say that though?
Because it's just stated she doesn't measure up to the American standard, whatever that is. Like she doesn't measure up. She doesn't measure up to this standard to the point where it's like she could even be seen as a threat. You know, she's got some intelligence, and even that can be a threat.
Right.
She's spiritual, you know. But for America, like, you know, black people might see her as, you know, a respectable woman. But for America, she's a threat.
I hear that.
No, yeah. And anyone that basically follows her standard or following her footsteps is also going to have a hard time.
Right.
Especially in entertainment.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people didn't choose her specific, like, path. I mean, I can't really name too many people who's comparable to Lauryn Hill today.
I mean, what I can say is, on the bright side, I thank God they didn't, you know, I thank God she's still alive and kicking, you know? She's not famous, but she's still in the land of the living.
From what I heard is that Lauryn Hill she's not in the media that much. She kind of, you know, sticks to herself.
No, but what I'm saying is they could have killed her.
Right, no, I'm saying
they could have killed her.
We don't know.
And I thank God that they didn't.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm saying we don't really know where. It's like she could have traveled to Africa or something, or traveled outside the country, just staying away. I mean, there's some gaps in her story. On Lauryn Hill's story, we don't really know her story too much, as far as like where she's been at.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, she don't really stay in the media or like put all of her business out there. She kind of keeps to herself.
I mean, she really has no choice. 'Cause like I said, she wasn't the type of woman that they wanted. So they just, I know a little bit about her, like her past and everything when she was famous and popping and stuff, you know.
She still is torn. So, which is good. She's still, you know, her career's, she's doing it the way, you know, it works for her. Which is good. Like, you know, you don't always have to, you don't always have to go through a record label to make it, or sign to anyone to make it. You got, you know, tickets, selling tickets, you're still touring and stuff. It's good. I mean, look, she's still, from what I heard, people still show support.
That's good. Yeah, if I was to go to one of her concerts, absolutely. I would love to go to one of her concerts.
Okay.
If, you know, if I see like that she's coming in town and stuff, absolutely. Because she's one of my biggest inspirations.
Yeah, I mean, she's very inspirational in the way she moved in her career. Is a lot different than the typical, you know, mainstream artists we see today.
Mm-hmm.
mean, she's had a very long career. She's been, in music for a long time. She's been around for a minute now, but I think she's been able to, steer away from trouble, stay out of the media, so, TMC and all that crap, which is a good thing. I mean, most people want to be in front of the camera all the time, but they don't realize the cost of that and how that can affect their life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right. Shall we stop here or what?
It's up to you. I mean, we touched on a few things. I think we've been going for, let's check the time on it. It's been like 10 minutes.
Only 10 minutes?
Let me just make sure. It seems like it's been longer than that, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, no, it has been. It's almost been an hour. 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I mean, we can, if you want to go to an hour, we could. I like the long format things. I mean, it's up to you. Do 15 more minutes for me.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really know if we have anything else you want to touch on. It's up to you. To touch on Lauryn Hill, Dr. Dre, Aaliyah.
I don't. Unless you want to talk about Diddy.
Nah, he's going through his own stuff right now. I mean, we've seen everything that he's going through is already on the media already. The Jay-Z Donald Trump thing with with Eminem as well. Maybe that's something. I don't know. I mean, that one's kind of like, I'm not gonna say who cares, but not really something to.
And I feel like that's a whole episode. Too.
Yeah, that could be a whole.
That's a whole episode.
Another episode, but yeah, I mean, look, I think we did pretty good today.
Yeah.
I want to start dropping your business links at the bottom of the video, or maybe we can sponsor it in the middle of it. Just do it like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for now, I'll just put the links at the bottom of the video.
Okay.
Like where they can find you and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we could wrap it up here. But any last thoughts or anything on? Could be anything like about yourself, maybe what you're going through or anything like that.
Well, as I said, I wasn't born rich. I had what I needed. I was taught morals and stuff. And I was taught suffering was good. But now, as I'm older, I just feel like it can get bad. Suffering can get bad. And that's just my feeling on that. Yeah. Especially if you're already suffering. But yeah, I just, I went through a lot. Shoot. That might take an hour too. Maybe two. But yeah. That's all I gotta say on that.
Any advice for anyone who probably went through something similar that you went through?
Depends on what part of my life. Like, what do you mean, like
any advice for any other?
Not being born rich or what? Homelessness or what?
Just any other young women out there who are dealing with something similar that you dealt with.
just continue to strive, you know. Might not be in the best situation, might be mentally ill, but at least you have your education. At least you can say you're a good person. At least you have self-respect. If you can say one of those things, at least you're doing good. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's good. I think we could wrap it up here. We haven't did an episode in just the radio. We did the other one, which I have on private for now. I want to edit it, make sure it's good. We'll post that one as a video. So yeah, that's good. Doing the live stuff. So we're gonna come back with some more. We're gonna drop some links in the description. You know, if you're listening, hit like, subscribe, share, and post a comment. Tell us your thoughts. So yeah, we'll catch you back with another one.